Hello and welcome to another video. I'm Tally and I make historically inspired things, and today we're going to make something Expedition 33 inspired. If you've been on this channel or my Instagram for a while, you know that I am entirely obsessed with Expedition 33. She said wearing her gomage jumper. I was actually hoping to wear my beret for this, but since we've rearranged the entire flat to do our floors, I have lost my berets, which is like a really weird thing to lose. But also I wear my berets way more than anyone who's not French should, so maybe it's for the best. Only beret I could find was Archie's beret, but I think it is maybe a little bit too small for me. Yeah. But hopefully by the time we have finished the sewing, I will have found my berets. Because we are making a baguette outfit. So if you don't know about Expedition 33, it is a game and it's just like the best thing in the world since A Court of Mist and Fury, according to me. And I'm not a gamer, I should say. I do a little bit of Animal Crossing here and there, but that's as far as it goes. So actually me committing to learning how to pan the camera around to follow these characters was like quite a commitment. But I love this game. It is honestly my personality at this point. Listen to the music all the time, like everything I do, I constantly think about Expedition. So this is why we're doing another Expedition inspired outfit. In the game, you can unlock these baguette outfits, which are like basically a joke because it's a French team and they've just made it like as French as it could get. So all the characters have their little cute trousers with a striped shirt, and then a beret and a baguette strap to their back. So I did something inspired by Sophie from the game. She never got to have a baguette outfit, unfortunately. But everyone else gets their baguette outfits if you manage to fight these little creatures that give them to you. And I just love them. And Jack's been saying that he thinks that these trousers would suit me. And obviously I'm a skirt girl. So I have some leggings and I recently bought a pair of... Yes, you want to come up again? Come on then. So I recently bought this pair of trousers that is a little bit the shape of baguette trousers, but it's very polyestery and I just thought I'd try it for home, kind of see how I feel wearing these trousers, and I actually really like them. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to make a proper pair of baguette trousers from like really nice wool and fit them to my natural body shape rather than to my corset, just so I can wear them around the house, because I still don't really see myself wearing trousers outside. But maybe that will change. Maybe the baguette trousers is what will reintroduce me into a world of wearing trousers. So the plan is I'm going to use this, I think, 1930s pattern to make the trousers. And I did already chat to some of you on Instagram because I was kind of wondering, do I line trousers? Because with skirts, I don't normally line a skirt because I wear a petticoat underneath. But obviously with trousers, you don't wear a petticoat. So I was like, what do you even do? Do you just like wear them on your skin? I don't know. So people said that the best way to go is to line them, but not all the way down, but rather have almost like a pair of shorts as the lining underneath. And that is apparently the way to go. So that's what we're going to try. And I'm going to make the trousers more inspired by what Maëlle is wearing compared to Ciel and Lune. Their trousers are going all the way down, and I feel like with the pair of trousers that I bought, they were quite long and I didn't like what it looked like on me, so I shortened them quite a bit. So I think I'm going to do the same here and kind of go more with what Maëlle's trousers look like. And I already have a baguette jumper, which I went to H&M and tried on every single striped thing they had, which was an interesting experience. So got myself a striped jumper, which I'm going to wear with the outfit. Don't think I'm going to do the suspenders. Or maybe if Jack's got a spare pair, I might use them. But the one criticism here is they have belts and clip-on suspenders, which is a little bit... So I might not do any of that, but I'm going to get a baguette. But that is the plan, so something completely insane making trousers, so let's hope it works out, because you know how I've got this whole complex around hating my legs. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Because if it's Expedition inspired, there's a good chance I might like it after all. Let's start some sewing. Good morning and welcome to the sewing day. And also, in case you're seeing my back in the mirror here and you're wondering, like, did we time travel? Did 6 years pass and Tally's hair's grown back? I actually got myself some synthetic extra long extensions because I feel like I don't mind having short hair, but especially when it comes to taking pictures, I just don't really recognize myself on pictures, and that kind of makes me a bit sad sometimes. So I feel like I can be kind of like picture Tally and real life Tally, and they don't have to look the same, if that makes sense. So I'm just trialing this to kind of see whether this works because it is very heavy, but I guess it's not any heavier than my hair used to be, so I'm not sure how I bothered to have my hair this long and didn't kind of like feel like a neck strain. But anyways, with that being out of the way, we're gonna start some sewing today. I have already prepared the cutting out. So our fabric that we're using for the trousers is a very dark gray that has a little bit of a texture to it. So this is what it looks like. I think Mel's trousers are black, and I think they have somewhat of a plate texture to it. Some light it looks like that, but I kind of felt like I didn't want to go black because I've got light-haired pets, but also black can just be a little bit too stark on me, so I thought going for a very dark tweedy gray is maybe more me. I also cut out the lining. So now it would have made sense to cut out a lining that is dark like the trousers, so if there's any showing it's not too obvious, but that would have required me to buy a lining that matches the color. So I found this fabric which has a little bit of like a light gray stripe on white poly cotton, which is a bed sheet I bought some time ago, and I used some of it to make a blouse and realized that even though when you look closely it is a really nice fabric, but from further away, I don't know, it didn't really suit me very much. And it had a sailor collar, so maybe that was why I didn't like it. So I thought, because this is a stripe and obviously we're working with the stripe for the top, I thought maybe this would just kind of look cute. I mean, hopefully you're not gonna see it anyways because it's the lining. But basically what we're doing for trousers is we've got two pieces that I've cut out twice, as in on double fabric. So we've got the front piece, which kind of looks like this. So that is going to have pleats up here. And then I've got the back piece, which will have a dart up here. So I'm just gonna add the pockets first. No, what am I gonna do? I'm going to add the facing to the pocket, because obviously with the pocket, if you kind of go in like this, you might see a little bit of, you can see it here, see a little bit of the pocket fabric. And then the actual pocket is a different material. So that's what I'm planning to do as well, because I don't want to add a bulky woolen pocket. So I've got the pocket made from the lining, and then we kind of add the facing to the side so that if it opens up on the side, you can only see the outer fabric rather than the lining fabric. So I attach this first, then I'll attach the pocket to the main bit of the trousers, and then I will just sew the trousers together, which the last time I did this, I made a mistake and kind of sewed them in a completely random way. So I feel like it's not super obvious the way you have to sew trousers together. But I actually made this pattern before as shorts, and I know you're going to be shocked about this, as am I, because I don't wear shorts. But at some point before summer I was like, I should make some shorts, because what if it gets really hot and I want to wear shorts? Well, the thing is, even if it got really hot, I wouldn't want to wear shorts. So I don't know what I did there, and I might even be able to find them. So these are the shorts I made, and I did actually give it a side opening and not a pocket on that side where I opened this. Does that maybe make more sense? Because I almost feel like if I have the opening here, how do I even do it? Whereas if I had the opening to the side, it might look a little bit cuter, and then I just do one pocket. But then I like having two pockets. But also, I'm not going to use a zipper, full stop. That's not going to happen. So if I didn't put a zipper in the front, how would I actually close it? I haven't thought this through. I'm just going to start by facing the pockets, and then maybe some kind of epiphany will come to me as to how I'm actually going to close these trousers. check in with you guys. I am wearing the trousers. I still need to somehow figure out how to do the closure in the front, and I need to add all the darts and pleats. So I've just changed into my leggings so it's easier to wear them over what I'm currently wearing. It looks a little bit odd, but I'm hoping it will get better once I've actually ironed the pleat in. I didn't alter the pattern at all. So far it's a 28-inch waist, so that is kind of close to my natural waist, I think. I don't actually know what my natural waist is currently, but I thought that I might add a little bit of like a belty thing to the back just so I could wear it with my corset. So what I needed to do was I extended the pleats at the waist to make them bigger, and I also realized, I don't know if you can see this, but the back seam needs to have probably like an inch or two taken out as well. So I didn't go with the pleats and the darts the way the pattern suggested because I just have a very small waist, so I need to make it a bit smaller. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next. Fit in the darts, actually fit the pleats properly when the lining is done. Okay, so darts, and then I make the lining, and then we'll fit it again. Also, I was watching My Oxford Year this morning. Not a huge fan, but also what a weird representation of academia. Like, this guy had this massive office. I was at first like, Jesus, do like professors in Oxford get these amazing offices? But then he said that he had to finish his PhD thesis, and I was like, why don't I have an office that big? You should see my office. It's basically a cupboard that I share with 2 other people. So it's really sad, and I don't even have a window or anything, let alone sofas and bookshelves. So I was just like, this is a wrong representation of academia. And then in the end, it was like this girl was just taking this course, and then the end, she basically took the course over, and I was like, don't you need some kind of qualification to teach at Oxford? But, you know, who am I to judge? Like... So I guess the big question now is, how do I actually finish the front opening? So this side is going to be the covering side, and this one is the underneath side. So ideally this should have like an overlapping flap, and this should kind of just be faced so that it has like a nice clean edge. And I do have somewhere, I'm sitting on them, little facings that came with the pattern. So I think I'll just use that to kind of try to tidy it up somehow, and then that's also where the lining and the front are kind of sewn together, I guess. I did give the waistline a little bit of a stay stitch. I also cut an inch off because it was going a little bit too high for my taste. The trousers are basically constructed. I just need to do a few more things, which include ironing. But then also, I should warn you, I'm opening my trousers, but I do wear leggings underneath. Like, this actually looks quite nice and tidy. Look at that. I've got a single button holding it up currently. But that means that the fly, which actually kind of sits closed, but you can just open it. So I'll have to think about what I want to do with it, because I didn't want to use a zipper. And now I'm thinking maybe pressy buttons, because I also don't think I want to have like entire line of buttons here, but pressy buttons might not be strong enough. So if I was to wear these properly, I'd probably just be wearing underwear underneath. So I definitely don't want this to open up. And this one's got lots of opinions too. I think you just want to purr into the microphone. Ah, you're close. Come on, I'll put you down. Other than that, I also got a little clasp because I thought if I used like a few little belty bits and I just attached them to the kind of like back, I could pull it a little bit closer. And because I didn't use any kind of like interfacing for the waistband, it is a little bit stretchy, so I feel like it could be maybe a bit tighter, and then I can tighten it depending on the need of the day, maybe. So this is the next thing I'll do. I need to iron the crease in so it actually sits properly, and then do something about the fly, and then we're done. So that's exciting. So not too much work yet to be done. I have ironed everything, and I don't think I've ironed the pleat into the right spot, so I'll have to redo that. But I've also realized that the little belty thing I put to the back is not tight enough, so I'll also have to reposition the clasp a little bit to be able to actually tighten it, because I think I will want to wear this with my corset for the reveal shooting. I don't know, I kind of saw myself wearing these kind of like in the new flat, and like, you know, I don't know. There's not a lot we can currently do because we've had our offer accepted and now we're just waiting for the mortgage to come through. So kind of thinking it might be October if we're lucky. So the next video is going to be me talking about the house hunting, and I'm very excited to talk about it. But just as a little spoiler, we did not get a house, we got a flat, which is fine. I had the dream of having a house, but I've had to realize that kind of like buying a forever home is maybe not quite at scope for our budget yet, but was this a massive upgrade from this flat. And again, I should say I like this flat. It's a lovely flat, it's just we've outgrown it, so it's going to be nice to have so very much space and really nice views, and I will share all of that with you in the next video, and I'm very excited to talk about it and yeah, to just soon be moving, even though it's really terrifying. Other than that, I still have to do some dyeing because I bought some red linen, and we've been through this in my Sophie costume video. It's impossible to get a red that is like a good red. So just as a reminder, this is the red that I dyed for the Sophie skirt, and this is the red I bought. So it's just very wine and not quite as gommage-y. So I usually use Rit dye for natural fabrics. It's just liquid dye, mix it with vinegar and a little bit of washing reagent, and then I just dunk this in and hope for the best. There are recipes online for how much of what you need to use to get the color right, but it also greatly depends on the color you're starting with. So for me, I just usually wing it. So I don't think I'll be able to do a perfect color match. But the thing is, I made a little necktie for Archie the last time I made this because there was basically no leftover fabric, and it was just about enough to make the little necktie for him. I need one for myself as well, and his is too small for me. So I'll be dyeing this one and just making a little square, and then yeah, that's the plan. Other than that, I still need a baguette strap. So I actually have a dress, which I will show you now, this one. And that is the perfect fabric, but again, I didn't have a lot of leftover fabric, so I'll maybe just use the waistband from that for the baguette strap. And then I need to find my beret. I still haven't found it. And also, I think it's fair to say that the mission with the extensions was not very successful. So I don't know if you can tell, but basically all of my hair is just falling out. I have to say, I don't really miss having long open hair, but I do miss having a braid like this. It used to be such an easy hairstyle because my hair would just stay in a braid, but now it's kind of like that awkward shortness where it just tries to slip out of the braid. Because I think if my hair was kind of like maybe this long, it would just stay in the braid as well, but it's just kind of like at the neck where most of the movement is. So if I try to just braid my own hair, it just doesn't work. And I'm sad, and I miss having a braid. I think for like a shooting it would work, I just have to be quick about it. So I'm just going to move the clasp a little bit to make it tighter, dye this, iron this again, still figure out the fly situation, but I'm gonna do all of that off screen. Then I will see you in the reveal, and I'm just trying to come up with some kind of good thing to say, because I said something like, I see you on the battlefield. That's a bit too generic. It has to be more expedition-y. Oh, I've got it. I'll see you when tomorrow comes. I'll see you in the reveal. little recap. I have actually worn these trousers so many times already that I was afraid they'd be like dirty by the time I filmed the reveal. So I think this was a complete win. I absolutely loved them, which is weird because I haven't really worn any trousers in like years. So I used to wear jeans just like everyone. I feel like they just never fit me properly. So with these ones, I mean, obviously I've made them to my shape, but I don't know, I just don't feel uncomfortable in them, even though they're trousers, but they don't emphasize my legs. And I was worried that actually wearing a corset would make it look a bit funny, because I feel like with a skirt, the corset makes sense, but with the trousers, that just feels like my legs are already big enough, so my waist being smaller makes them look even bigger. But it still looks cute. I think because the trousers are so big, it kind of gives a nice silhouette, and I'm just, yeah, I love it. Archie, who's sitting right there, hated me putting the Baguette outfit on him again. Good boy. We will put your baguette on. Got a little baton. Handsome.
Doesn't need a baguette.
Handsome with your baguette. Wow. Handsome. Oh, you're so handsome. Come on, we put this on. Wow. Such a handsome manny man. So handsome. So these baguettes have been sitting in my kitchen for a week because I thought if they'd be stale, they would be less likely to break. It's also such an expedition thing to have just like baguettes lying around as props. But I've been seeing lots of people wearing the Baguette outfit for the Comic Con that was in Cologne. So I was just so eager to take the reveal for this because I thought, you know, it would be really cute. And this is the new beret because I still haven't found my other two. But for some reason, this one actually dyed to the color I wanted it to dye to. So it's neither burgundy nor rusty. It is gomage red, which is very exciting. So 3 is the lucky charm, I guess. And like Archie's beret, which is very, very red. Would you like to wear it again? It's a very clear no. But anyways, I am super excited about this. I didn't think I would love the trousers so much, but I feel like they're just going to be the go-to thing for me to wear in the house. I often wear leggings at home, and then I got these red trousers, but they're just not the proper fabric and they don't really hold the pleat right. So these being 100% wool is just... it just feels better. And I'm also very proud of myself for lining them. And thank you to everyone on Instagram when I asked about how to line trousers who explained it to me, because I genuinely had no idea. Because skirts I don't line because I wear the petticoat. So it just felt a bit out of my comfort zone. But yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out. And watch me make 100 million trousers exactly this shape in different colors now. So that is the end of the video. So my next one is going to be the video about me talking about moving and buying a new house and where we're going. So I'm very excited about that, even though we still don't have a move-in date. So I'm still feeling like it's not going to happen, but I'm going to talk to you guys about all of it and, you know, where we're going and what the flat's like, and I'll show you other properties we've looked at in the next video. So if you like the content I make, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, you know, all the common things. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. You want to say bye-bye as well? Good man. Yeah, wow. Bye-bye. Oh, mom's the worst. Animal abuse. Okay, come on. Good boy.